Star Wars news is happening. As always, there's Star Wars news. Hello, Ben.
Hello.
It's Peter from Whatculture with Ben from Whatculture.
Yes.
And we're here with some Star Wars news.
Oh my god, so exciting. You're actually here for it this time.
Yeah.
Last time you were here in tiny form.
You were talking about,
the book.
The No
Pointless
Disintegrations.
Boba, yeah, the Pointless Boba backstory.
Yeah, check it out. Go on to Whatculture, down below where you click on it and it shows
Probably
you the other videos.
video.
Might be a suggested video. Anyway, we've got some more, even hotter and fresher news on the Han Solo movie.
Oh good, that one that's going so well.
Yeah, where everyone got fired, and then loads more people got hired.
Yeah.
And then they needed an acting coach for the guy who's playing the lead role.
Right, and now they're slowly revealing bit by bit almost every part of the film.
Yeah, Ron Howard is taking a photo almost every day and posting it online. Anyway, we, according to MakingStarWars.net,
Right.
we believe that some of the planets that are going to feature in the film are now out there.
Okay.
And certain details that you can tie in with these planets and what we know about them to give you a very rough idea about a couple of plot points.
Yes.
So, would you like to hear?
Yes, I would, yes.
Number one, Corellia. Have you heard of Corellia?
I haven't heard of Corellia.
I have heard of Corellia. In Jedi Academy, the game where you play as a Jedi
in the academy.
In the academy, one of the levels is called Cult on Corellia, and it's like a train level. Okay. You know, all video games have a train level.
Of course, yeah. Uncharted loves a train level.
Yeah, exactly. And it seems a bit like it's kind of a Coruscant-y kind of place. It's a sci-fi city. There's some footage taken on set of what's being dubbed a pod car. I don't know if that's a real thing.
Pod car.
Now this is pod carring.
Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of like a sort of 1960s Cadillac, but I'm assuming it probably doesn't have wheels. It does on set, but they'll probably key them out.
Okay. Yes, you would hope.
The Falcon is a Corellian light freighter, a Millennium Falcon.
So it's from there.
Yeah, well, so is Han Solo.
See loads.
Yeah, there might just be loads and loads of them.
Wouldn't it cheapen it?
Yeah,
it's just millions of
loads
of Millennium Falcons.
And it's also the home world of Han Solo, so that's kind of. Also, Wedge Antilles, though, he's one of my favourite sort of non-main characters.
Wedge Antilles.
Wedge Antilles. He's a pilot.
He's a pilot guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think the likelihood of actually seeing Wedge in this film is?
I'd love to see Wedge. Just a really. He worked in like a fuel depot once, so maybe Han can go to like a petrol station for his pod car. And
hi, I'm Wedge.
He'll just be not
Wedge
even that.
Antilles, and then he looks down the lens and goes,
"I'm gonna be
Peter.
in A New Hope one
Hi,
day."
Peter.
Yeah. No, maybe Han's getting some fuel in his pod car, and then just by a normal sort of young kid, and then the guy
is.
I know.
Sorry.
And the guy who owns the petrol station goes, "Hey, Wedge. There's a phone call for you." Yeah.
Wedge Antilles.
Wedge Antilles.
Wedge Antilles.
Future Rebellion pilot.
Antilles, Wedge.
Yeah. So that's that.
That's
Iridium. Now that's actually a real element of the periodic table. Iridium, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, that's featured a lot in Borderlands. Iridium.
Yes. All we know about that really is it's on the Outer Rim and it's home to pirates. So I mean, you know, Han Solo's a space pirate.
Yeah.
Next we've got Vandor or Fandor.
Right.
The person who wrote this article said, "I may have misheard." They didn't actually say where this source was from.
Yeah, they may have misheard. Yeah, where on earth were they? Were they just sat in a bathroom stall next to...
Have they bugged Ron Howard's hotel room or something?
Yeah, maybe.
But both of those things do exist on Wikipedia. Vandor 1 and 2 are rocky planets near Coruscant that have nothing on them.
Okay.
Vandor 3 did have a capital city, so something could actually feasibly happen there rather than just rocks. And Fandor is now in the Battlefront 2 map selection.
Oh.
So that seems more likely.
Okay, I thought you were going to say Fandor is when you go to Comic-Con and a bunch of Star Wars cosplayers get together and make a giant ball.
A Fandor.
A planet-shaped planet.
Yeah.
You know?
I like it.
Yeah,
I get
was
it.
bad, wasn't it?
No, that was perfect.
It took a little getting to, but I'm glad we all got there together.
It was also in a non-canon book from the 1970s. Do you remember the 1970s?
I wasn't a huge fan of the 1970s. Wasn't really alive for them.
No,
so.
I mean it was canon back then. It's now non-canon. It was called Han Solo at Star's End.
Okay.
Fine. Savareen, also on the Outer Rim, known for its brandy and nothing else.
Right.
That's all it says on Wikipedia. It's on the Outer Rim and known for brandy. And Kessel, alert, Kessel. I'm worried about this one.
Do we still have the Millennium Falcon drone somewhere in the office?
Yeah, somewhere.
Shall I run and grab it?
Yeah, aren't we on a low battery?
Yeah,
but sure.
it's worth it.
Go for it.
I'm
I'll talk about Kessel
Okay.
while you're gone. Now, as we know, ladies and gentlemen, Kessel is the name of both a planet and also something called the Kessel Run, which is a route taken by traders and space pirates. And Han Solo famously says that the Millennium Falcon once made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. Now that caused all sorts of controversy because a parsec is a measure of distance, so how can you make a run, which is presumably a predefined distance, in less distance than the predefined distance? This was all explained away later on in additional material. Ben is just sort of charging this thing up and God, what are you doing? Jesus. But it turns out that like it's to do with you can like take it closer to certain black holes in an area called the Maw, which is really dangerous for ships to fly to. But because the Millennium Falcon, Jesus, is such an excellent ship and Han Solo is such a gifted pilot, he's able to fly closer to these black holes at the Maw and therefore make the distance from point A to B in a shorter distance than he would if he was in a less good ship. So that's the explanation there. But Kessel has spice mines on it. And oh, I see, it's got no battery. So Ben Potter is rigging up a real MacGyver. A bit lower. Isn't that like a tie? A tie?
Yeah, it's a very good point. What noise does the Millennium Falcon
It's just more of a sort of...
How did that look? Did that look alright?
Punch it, Chewie! Amazing.
Spice mines?
Spice mines. I guess you just dig them out of the ground in Star Wars land.
Right, you just mine them.
And they're manned by slaves. A lot of Wookiee slaves.
Okay.
3PO says in A New Hope that him and R2 will be sent to the spice mines on Kessel for sure.
Does he?
Yeah, so he's worried about that. So putting all this together,
Yeah.
the theoretical story could be that Han starts life racing pod cars on Corellia.
Yeah.
Then, for some reason, this person, without citing their sources, knows that there's a moment where he looks to be dressed like an Imperial AT-AT pilot.
Yes.
Right? So it seems like he might be working for the Imperial forces at one point.
Okay.
And then he later ends up on Kessel where he meets Chewie and possibly some other Wookiees. Now, is it because he gets asked to do something horrendous by the Imperials, he refuses to do it and gets sent to Kessel as almost a prisoner?
Right.
You go and work in our slave mines, you piece of shit, because you didn't do what we said you would do.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just defects and says, I'm not doing that thing that you want me to do, and ends up at Kessel on a spice smuggling job later on. Who knows? But
That sounds very feasible, doesn't it?
It does. Both of those sound feasible, but I didn't know that he was ever working for the Imperials. I don't know if that's ever been discussed previously in other material.
Well,
it probably has.
If they're recruiting for the Empire and they see his potential.
Luke himself, when he's talking about, I want to go to the Academy, is talking about the Imperial Academy.
Yeah.
And then he turns to the good side.
Or the bad side.
Or the bad side.
If you want to get serious about it.
Get serious about this. So that's a whole load of information, a lot
That's
of
very interesting.
conjecture and speculation. But are you excited for this film?
I think so. It's a Star Wars film, so it'll be good. More excitingly, though, I think you may have gleaned some tiddlebiddles this morning from Mark Hamill.
Well, Mark Hamill, I don't know when he first posted this tweet, but I saw a screenshot that someone had taken of him saying, oh, watch Monday Night Football, or whatever it's called, on Monday night in America, which is October the 9th, I think.
Yeah,
this
next
Monday.
This Monday.
Next
Tomorrow.
Coming
but then
the Monday.
3 days.
There's like a Monday, not.
Yeah, there's a Saturday.
Yeah, there's a Saturday,
And
and
then
then
there'll
a
be a
Sunday, and then the Monday.
And it's that one.
That one, not the one after that.
No.
Or last Monday.
But when we say next Monday, we mean the next Monday coming.
The next
Equally,
one coming.
This Monday, we
This-
don't mean this Monday that's
just gone in this week.
It's like next
It's
week.
this one,
I
not
think-
this one.
I think we got them.
Okay.
I think they understand.
There might be a Force, a Last Jedi trailer.
Awakening.
Awakening.
A Jedi trailer awakening.
Yeah, there might be. Who knows? Watch this space. If there is, we'll do a breakdown. If there's any new stuff, might just be all just the same clips as were in it before.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get to see Snoke in his dressing gown.
And his Force ring.
Maybe he'll like come to the door to answer like for Domino's, and he'll go, oh, sorry.
Oh,
And it'll sort of fall open.
Yeah.
We'll see
and
Snoke's
you're-
Willy. Can we end it there?
Yeah,
please?
that's it. That'll do.
Snoke's Willy.
Bye, everybody.
Coming Monday.
Bye. Snoke's Willy is coming on Monday.